the sun blazed so brightly up in the summer sky. I shouted at the mountains, watch me shine and fly. But then cracked the thunder, and the heavens cried, our world torn asunder. Her heart said goodbye. Now I'm standing in our ashes, feeling the sunshine once again. I move to the horizon, feeling the sunshine once again.
Welcome everybody. As always, we are your hosts, ICJ Kenya. Loving that you came. Many are invited, but those who do come are the chosen few. So thank you very much for being such as those. But welcome to Uwazi Football Tournament 2015. In their colors, yellow and blue, the International Commission of Jurists, ICJ, and the host of Uwazi. Their mission being to protect human rights, promote the rule of law and democracy in Kenya and across Africa through the application of legal expertise, international best practice.
I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of ICJ Kenya to cordially welcome all of you to the 6th edition of the Uwazi Football Tournament. The Uwazi Tournament is an annual event that presents all of us with an opportunity to advocate for the rule of law, good governance, and the encouragement of democratic practices as shared values in Kenya and across the world. The theme of this year's tournament is the role of media in promoting access to information. ICJ Kenya has continued to advocate for the enactment of a law on access to information in Kenya. Access to information is a fundamental human right and a multi-dimensional tool serving both governments and citizens. ICJ Kenya is cognizant of the fact that the right of access to information improves governance and lives as it assists public administration to become more transparent and accountable, and enables citizens to engage more meaningfully in public life. It also helps citizens to understand policies. It helps determine public priorities, and they use the information to ensure the exercise of their other human rights. ICJ Kenya acknowledges the special watchdog role the media plays in promoting democracy. However, the media is challenged to comply with the highest management standards while portraying the essence of a changing society. The very nature of press freedom has remained excluded from the constitutions of many African countries, and a few countries have passed a law on the freedom of information. Moreover, for many years, the government has made sure that the ordinary person cannot access information. The role of the media as a watchdog cannot be fully achieved without proper environment complemented by fast-changing technology with its vast reach. This year's tournament is being held at a time when constitutional gains are being threatened by the government expanding restriction to freedom of expression through permitting state interference with the media. The Uwazi Football Tournament presents us with a unique opportunity for advocacy and networking. It is a noble idea where we combine sports, fun, and matters of public interest. We hope that the teams get an opportunity to have fun, network with the diverse groups that are gathered here. We thank you all for partnering with ICJ Kenya by participating in this tournament. We shall continue working together to promote reforms in Kenya. We thank you all for participating, and may the best team win.
Uwazi, it's fifth year. It began in 2010. So we host the Uwazi Cup tournament in May every year. I would also add that every year the theme of the Uwazi Cup tournament has been conceptualized around the constitution, around themes around the governance. The theme of this year's tournament is the role of the media in information. And it is informed by the fact that the media, an independent media, is very key in the promotion of access to information. Again, the right to information and freedom of expression and freedom of the media are very interrelated rights. So when you achieve freedom of information and achieve freedom of the media and achieve freedom of expression, then you have a situation where information flows. You have an information where information is guaranteed, because the media will ensure that coverage is the media will ensure that information is spread to the one and cheap. And then with the right to information, the media, just like everybody else, will be able to access this information from the government, from the states, who have for many years held information as a privilege. They don't give information as a right. So the right to information, freedom of expression, freedom of the media, and a free and independent media are very interrelated. So that is the issue in the Uwazi tournament themed the role of the media and freedom of information.
The purpose of this tournament is to celebrate the freedom of information and access to information, which is a right that the Constitution recognizes or sets in Article 35 of the Constitution. The media has this important role to ensure that they do their part to get to the people of Kenya as experts in that area, to get to the people of Kenya information which is accurate, information which will enable and will empower the people of Kenya, first of all, to understand the governance of their country, but also very importantly, to be able to participate in that governance. And of course, our Constitution establishes public participation as a national principle, and there are many points at which the Constitution expects, and really makes public participation a constitutional imperative. But there is no way that public participation will be meaningful or will succeed if the people do not have the information that will enable them to participate in the governance process.
It means openness or transparency in Swahili. And the Uwazi Cup tournament is a football tournament that ICJ Kenya commenced 5 years ago as a means of propagating the freedom of information, which which is a constitutional right under the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Advocacy becomes challenging to deliver, and we are always looking for new methods of passing the same messages and new audiences that are not easy to find given the traditional advocacy methods for the things that we work on. One of our advocacy methods is the workshop setting, where we sit in hotels and talk to people about issues that are of concern for the governance of this country. And not everybody can be captured in that setting. Not everybody comes to the hotels to sit down and talk about the issues. So we thought we must find another medium of propagating or reaching out to audiences that are important for the message of access to information. And we discovered that a lot of people, especially the young generation, play football, and so we decided on football as a medium of bringing people together to celebrate access to information. Each year that we held the Uwazi Cup tournament, we attract about 20 teams, and the teams come with supporters and spectators, and each tournament on an annual basis brings together about 500 people who play football, but also take a moment in the context of playing football to reflect on what it means to have an access to information right under the Constitution.
The winners of the 2015 Uwazi Cup, CAJ! Come on, CAJ, collect your trophy!
We also typically invite a guest of honor, usually a government official or a duty bearer, who comes around and gives us an update on how they see the rights of access to information being exercised from where they stand. So this year we had Mr. Charles Nyachai, the chair of the Commission on the Constitution and the Implementation of the Constitution, and he has reinforced the messaging that we've had about the importance of access to information, and he has also updated us on where he thinks the issues with regard to access to information are going. He has emphasized the right to the freedom of the media as a right that goes alongside with the access to information, because media is one of the means through which information is gathered and disseminated, and you can't have the right to information can be exercised devoid of media freedom. So this year's tournament has been a success. We've come to a very nice surroundings here in Kasarani, which is a historical stadium, and we are hoping that in the coming years this can become our permanent venue for the tournament. We are also going to be looking for other ways of adding value to the basic idea of playing football, and there are many value additions that can be contemplated, and as we go along we're going to think of those and incorporate them into the tournament itself. So we're very grateful that we've had so many teams and so many players coming out and having a nice time, but also taking a moment to reflect on what it means to have the right to information under the Constitution.